The Whitehall Police Department is under intense scrutiny right now from the Fraternal Order of Police and City Council. The threat of an investigation into the department is imminent, and Chief Mike Crispin is under fire for his leadership. Well, tonight, the chief fired one of his officers for wrongfully arresting a woman, but the police union says she was targeted because she spoke out against the department. 10 TV's Carly Dion explains.
It's the violation of everything we stand for.
Officer Brooke Cano fired from the Whitehall Police Department after an extensive investigation into allegations of falsified evidence and documentation. Whitehall Police Chief Mike Crispin says the incident happened 2 months ago and resulted in the wrongful arrest and felony charges against an innocent woman. Crispin says the woman's mother filed the complaint with the department on her behalf.
We realized immediately watching what happened during the arrest and what was reported in the arrest didn't match up, and that initiated an investigation for us.
According to police documents, Officer Cano falsely documented a confession that never actually happened in an official report. Her body-worn camera shows the arrest.
So what you did is actually felony fleeing, okay? And it's a felony charge. And you'll have 2 of them.
Just last month, Cano was placed on a 3-day suspension following a separate incident. Documents say she used excessive force against a pregnant woman during an arrest, referred to the woman's companion with a derogatory name, and failed to provide medical attention to the companion following a use of force event.
I have zero tolerance for mistreatment of the community, have zero tolerance for lying and integrity issues.
The Fraternal Order of Police, which previously issued a unanimous vote of no confidence in Chief Crispin, is outraged by Officer Cano's termination.
These are frivolous charges. I've read the charges. They're saying lack of PC. I've been a cop, not only a cop, an inner city police officer for 20 years. He absolutely had probable cause to effect that arrest.
So I brought those claims to Chief Crispin.
The FOP is going to make allegations no matter what we do over here.
They're also claiming that Officer Cano was dismissed on frivolous charges. What do you say to that?
Well, if you think what I just said was frivolous, then I guess I would ask them, do you think this is frivolous when you take someone's liberties from them when they didn't do what you said they did?
FOP Capital City Lodge No. 9 President Brian Steele believes she was targeted for speaking out against Chief Crispin. But the chief says they have to do their job to protect the community from officers doing what they're not supposed to do.
Whether Cap City 9 likes it or not, we will make sure our officers do not mistreat the community.
Chief Crispin tells me they've passed Officer Cano's case on to the city prosecutor's office to determine if criminal charges should be filed. In Whitehall, Carly Dion, 10 TV News.
Thank you, Carly.
Boy, one thing about Ohio, boy, y'all is not going to stay out the news for doing some stuff y'all ain't got no business doing as it pertains to the government and the police. I'm Trailhand Bill reporting live from South Florida, man. Shout out to everybody who's new here. I am from Georgia, so not only do I have a southern accent, have an American accent. Someone asked me to use captions. Shout out to you for being polite. I don't even know where to go because I am confused as hell. Number one, I just covered a story about a female Johnny who ran over an Uber driver. Once again, shout out to poor dirt farmer. Now, I'm exaggerating the ran over part, but not so much. You have to go see that video. It is on the channel. We also just covered stories about an Elyria, Ohio officers that went into 2 different homes. And in one, they injured a baby on camera and then tell us we can't believe the cameras because none of it ever happened. In the other incident, they broke into a gentleman's home on behalf of his ex-girlfriend. They beat him up and charged him with 5 felonies. And a female officer led that charge as well. So now we have a female officer being charged. Should be unbelievable to me, big dog. I'm gonna keep it real. With beating people asses. Now I know they say excessive force. No, that's beating people asses, man. Y'all got them clown uniforms on. You got the clown badges. You have the clown military weapons, and you think that empowers you to go out here and terrorize American citizens. And in many context it does, because y'all do it and get away with it all the time. And that's kind of my conundrum here. I don't believe that anybody's lying on this bitch. She probably did everything they're saying she did and more. the Fraternal Order of Police Johnny Clown did never mention, you know what I mean, some of the other things like her lying about a confession that never happened, her failing to give the American citizen, what do they call, medical services after a use of force incident, which everything I know about police, that's in their policies, whether they're actually lawfully arresting someone or not. Once they, you know what I mean, engage use of force, they have to provide medical services to make sure everything's okay. You know, cuz never addressed that. And that's what they're good at doing. They're good at ducking the points that can't be refuted, right? I think for me, the biggest contention here is, Chief, are they telling the truth about your ass too? How many officers on your force are operating like this clown lady, and you're letting them get away with it because for whatever reason you ain't got the beef with them that you very possibly have with her? Once again, I do not doubt that this lady was definitely innocent. I'm dead ass wrong for calling her a lady. I mean, I cannot attribute something to you that you don't act out yourself. So the bitch ain't no lady. She's what I said originally. Female dog of anything. No doubt she's guilty. But what about you, big dog? You stand up there like you are the moral high ground. You are the moral authority. But I just kind of don't believe it, because we got Johnny on Johnny violence here. Johnny on Johnny contention here, even if it isn't physical. Why your people coming at you? Because you came at one of y'all people. And we know that thin blue line is supposed to be unpenetrable. But for some reason here, it got penetrated. You fired this lady and they're investigating your ass. Trust me, I'm not at all blown away or impressed by the fact that he said they got a unanimous vote that they ain't rocking with the chief of police, man. Y'all just mad because that man turned on Shorty. The question is, why did you turn on Shorty? If we believe them, you turned on her instead of covering for her the way y'all always do because she called your ass out, so maybe she turned on you first. I'm telling you guys, I'm confused. I don't know which way my commentary should go here. She got fired. She wasn't allowed to resign. This is uncommon. They usually just let them slip out the damn door. So I'm going to keep it real with you, man. My final analysis here, this bitch probably somewhere else at another police department by now. This story broke about 3 months ago. She going to play victim. She going to whine. She going to cry. They going to take her side. You know what I mean? But I just really believe that this chief is very possibly guilty of some of these things that they're accusing him of doing. He might be running a terrorist organization up there too. And she called his ass on it because he finally called her on some things. And now, like I said, they got Johnny on Johnny contention. And the only thing I can do is let's wait and see what happens. Like every American state, city, country, from the country, so we say country. Man, you just got to know who these cowards are, because they masquerade as heroes. But in real life, this is what they're doing behind the scenes, and they don't expose it. He said, she misrepresented what we stand for, and we don't stand for our officers lying and mistreating the American public and taking their liberty from them. Man, you don't sit your ass down. Didn't I just detail several stories coming out of Ohio, even if it isn't your particular area of responsibility, where y'all did all of that shit and let them folks off the hook? The Johnnies. You lying, big dog. Which brings me back to my point. Americans, whether you're in Ohio or somewhere else in our great, beautiful country, if it's two things these cowards aren't, it's heroes or your friend. Know your rights. Teach your children to know their rights. And never back down, because you don't have to. People love to jump in my comments and say, just comply and handle it in court later. You want us to take our complaints to their comrades? You got a right to do that. And as free human beings created in the image of God and free Americans, we got a right to handle it how we want to handle it. And we may not want to ask their friends to settle our issues. We may want to settle them ourselves because, again, we have a right to. This one confused me, guys, so my commentary may seem a little confused. Maybe y'all can help me in the comments. I'm Trailhand Bill. It's a beautiful Monday, 11:53. Y'all enjoy.
The Whitehall Police Department is under intense scrutiny right now from the Fraternal Order of Police and City Council. The threat of an investigation into the department is imminent, and Chief Mike Crispin is under fire for his leadership. Well, tonight, the chief fired one of his officers for wrongfully arresting a woman, but the police union says she was targeted because she spoke out against the department. 10 TV's Carly Dion explains.
Her fired him on the investigation for the way he runs the department. Yeah, two things can be true. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.